Wow. Massive beach. Awesome.
So morning of day 3, and it rained all night last night. Had to keep the tent closed up, and now everything has got like a surface wet to it. So like my quilt, some of the stuff on the floor, and I mean it rained all night long. There was a little bit of time that it didn't rain, and I opened up the tent a little bit just to get some ventilation, but it was short-lived, like maybe 30-45 minutes or something. I had to wake up in the middle of the night to close up the tent again. And the condensation is pretty thick and pretty heavy, so like my bag has, or my quilt rather, just has like this surface kind of wet to it. So unfortunately I have to pack it wet, and I have to pack a wet tent. And we have a 14-kilometer day today. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to today.
Nope.
Watch this.
All these logs washed up.
Look at that cool rock too.
A very wet and treacherous day. Another view. And up we go again. All right, I'm gonna need both hands for this one. Maybe a couple kilometers in from our campsite, and we believe this is Hooks Falls. It's cold. It's overcast. Adventurers. Good.
Soggy bottom.
Soggy bottom, boys. Lovely. If I fall, though, it'll garner some good viewership.
No. Fucking good. Okay. Yeah, almost. Yep, you got it.
Oh. Nice, Clarence.
Wow, that was good.
You're good. I'll take you back through, but right behind these trees, and you can kind of see Tanya and James there, but that's the campsite for Hook Falls. Our previous exclamation that the last set of rapids and falls were hooks were wrong, because this is hooks here. A lot of water, a lot of mist coming off of that. Pretty chilly out today. We've been debating with, you know, like, I just have a Under Armour tech shirt on underneath this in my mid layer, and it's kind of like a little warm, a little cold, especially as we start climbing. Pretty technical, especially with all the rain that we had last night. Everything is slippery, everything is, you know, you gotta watch where you're stepping. But pretty epic. Pretty epic. Right, James? Hello. Going really quick. Hooks Falls there in the back. Fire pit. There's 110 pad. I would not recommend that as a water source. Second 10 pad. Beer box. Nice view. And backcountry latrine is right there. So we're gonna get back to the trail and got a long way to go. So kind of hard to see, but trails down there. There's one cairn, so we had to climb up there, all this way up. And we have cairn here. And this is the view that we currently see. Not much at all in terms of visibility. Pretty chilly and very wet. Kids are waiting on me. Okay, onward. It's been very, very technical, and every step that we have to take is not quite calculated, but all this rock face, you know, we look at it, it's like, oh, if it was dry, it would have great traction. But with all the rain, all this lichen and moss and grass, it's made it really slippery. Another example of a cairn. That'll be one wicked slide all the way down into the marsh. Haven't seen anybody since our last campsite, either coming or going, so not sure. We might be the only ones on the trail at this point. Just taking a little bit of a breather. Unfortunately, I had fallen while trying to navigate coming down a boulder or a rock face, and my Achilles felt like it tweaked a little bit, so I had to take a little bit of a break. Feels like it's almost back to normal, but I haven't shown you guys what the trail looks like in the last little bit. So as you can see, it's, well, wet, and rocks and tree roots, bigger rocks, branches. I've seen what we think are deer and maybe even moose tracks. Some of them were pretty big, but very muddy. Kind of slow going. We are roughly 7.5 kilometers from our last campsite at the falls. So roughly 6.5 to 7 kilometers to go. It's about 2:30, I think, in the afternoon. So we're not quite sure what time we'll make it into camp. So we just saw a pheasant or a grouse, we're not sure. And as you can see, we are coming up to a very nice beach. Needless to say, Tanya's trail name is now F-Bomb, and I'm still trying to treat my Achilles a little gingerly. Still a little tender depending on how I come down on it. Wow. Massive beach. Awesome. And there's footprints. So somebody was here. I see footprints in the sand. Yeah. Not ours.
One guy and a dog.
Right here.
So this is Willow River campsite. WR1 is actually right at the peak there. Number 2 is roughly around there. We're number 3 for the night. So we did not make it to Morrison, which is another 6 kilometers. Too many issues. It was raining all night, so everything was wet, and I had fallen, as I mentioned earlier. My shoulders are sore for the first time. I'm not sure if it's just because of some extra weight, or maybe something was just not adjusted correctly. I'm not entirely sure. And James seems to be doing well, although he said that he was pretty much done for the day. So considering the time that we got here, which was around 4:30 or so, we would not have made it to Morrison Harbor either before or at nightfall, and we were just pooched. The trail, as you saw, was pretty technical, and with the rain and everything, it was muddy. It was not the easiest to navigate, and then of course I fell behind and so on and so forth. So that was all not fun. So we're going to discuss it a little bit more tonight, but we are definitively not going to do the full 10-day excursion as we had planned. So like 5 days to North Swallow site, which is at the far south end of the trail, and 5 days back. That is definitely out. It's just a matter of whether we try and get a boat shuttle to pick us up and take us back, and we just, maybe keep going for a little bit, or we hike back. We were able to reach out to some family members who gave us a ballpark figure of around $700 to $750 for the pickup, because it is non-emergency at this point. So that's a little steep considering we've, it's, I guess, reasonable from one perspective, but it's quite a bit of money considering the amount of money that we've all spent just to get here and the bookings and things of that nature. So we'll have to see what more information comes through for tomorrow after the other businesses open up, and see how far we want to go and make a decision from there. So we're just drying some things out. We got shoes and inserts by the fire, drying those out. Tents are open and drying out. Gonna have dinner pretty soon, and yeah, fun times.